Hello, people. This is Mervyn Myers, your blogger from Alma Grove. Today, I'm addressing a few topics, and I was inspired to do so from a conversation I had yesterday with a young man who has had a series of health issues, has since lost his grandmother, learned he lost a friend, and he's due in the hospital on Thursday for neuro something something. He's very popular. Go look online for the International Book Show and you'll know exactly who I'm talking. I've booked to be on his show, but I'm hoping for the best. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm doing this today because my daughter-in-law, it's her birthday, and it was when my grandson was born that my son had to do tests, Valdin Register, and realize that he carries the sickle cell trait. So my son was 40 years old before he knew he had sickle cell trait. So his son, because mom has the trait and whatever it is, my grandson is full-blown sickle cell. He spent his first birthday in hospital, whatever it is, whilst I've been going, because it's 11 years of hell I've been going through. So let's deal with some inherited condition. Why I'm tackling this today and tell you some of those who are going to jail. Yeah? Age 40, my son knew he had sickle cell trait. Bear with me, people. I have to get something done because let my eating disorder get any worse. Yes. Age 40, looking back now, I can see the same way I realized my underlying diabetes. And it was when I spoke to my auntie that I really realized how serious, because she had gestation diabetes. I lost my two first teeth when I was pregnant with my two sons. My first son, two teeth. It was very sweet. Yeah. And I was pregnant. And looking back now, I might have known my son when I wasn't this educated. I'm looking back in reflection. My son, the indication was you take him to doctor and doctor may mention injection, he start running. There was something here. The fact that I decided not to have any more children because of my DNA is resonating. So I've done one already. I'm going to focus on my situation. One of the reasons I developed eating disorder is the fact that the pressure. I have to be addressing this letter, that letter, nobody representing me, da, da, da. So I'm taking back control. And I need to go look at letter. Yesterday I done the garden. Nice and immaculate. I set up some places because I'm hoping to do some teaching around my garden. I've been meaning to do this for years. So I'll be stopping at interval just to make sure I have something down me. It's mostly fruit. I might eat vegetable. Yeah. We don't want any other person going through. All he said, I'm going through a lot right now. But can you imagine? You're in hospital, having assessment. Kings. Yes, kings. And your granny is on another ward. And your granny died of a heart attack in hospital whilst you're being assessed. I'm an NHS pensioner. Was been kicked out of 3 GP surgery. Those responsible, let them come forward. Let the NHS come forward. Hmm? As soon as my husband died, you're using my mental health. Well, I'll tell you where to go to find me. Go on King's College Hospital. Go on King's College London website, Radar CNS. Yeah? And find me. I'm there. So I'm going to start this one. Top down, bottom up. Inherited conditions. I'm wearing my Parkinson's shirt because I put it on yesterday after it was washed. So I'm gonna I'm going back. Colonization in reverse. Yes. And I'm starting with the Judiciary of England and with the criminal justice system and the Crown Prosecution Service. And I'm starting with a district judge, Sarah Elizabeth Beecham. Yes? Because Sarah Elizabeth Beecham came on this case and she wanted to keep the case. Oh, yes. And even when the police came here on the 3rd of January, what was the 3rd of January? Walford Byron Alberni. Nemhard. Birth date. So I was celebrating. And without further ado, you can go because pedophile enabler YouTube is removing my stuff and reverting to sending me email. Yeah? Reverting to sending me email about who says what and concerned about me. They had stopped. You start again, YouTube. So now I put you in that bracket of pedophile enabler. I use the F word to emphasize certain things with Miss Gilchrist. It's on there. And you're going to age restrict it. Why? Yeah? Let me see who else putting things in. Yeah? Let me see who is putting things if it has anything to do with me. Yeah? If I see him as Scambuster TV, it's just a Scambuster TV. Yeah? Yeah? These are what they put in there. You put your things in there and these are what they put in there. Take up my fucking space. Let me fucking delete it. Yeah? Trump said the world would have been a better place with Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein. Why is that relevant in Scambuster TV? Yeah? And somebody's going to call me a narcissist because I'm asking questions. What's the relevance of this? I have questions to ask, but that's for another time. Yeah? None of what, even the latest one that Dr. Abu made for me. I don't see anybody focusing on, not even Anthony. Something is drastically wrong, but let's not get dissuaded by these things. Yes? Where was I? Yeah? District Judge Beecham, you're going to jail. And you starting with you, madam. You're going to jail, and you know why you're going to jail? I'm doing colonization in reverse. On the 20th of March, 2025, yeah, you did something. To make it more specific, on the 7th of March, 2025, there was a case. Yes? You draw it out and you draw it out. Yes? I got there just in time. I almost felt as if I was going to mess up myself. Because I said I need to be saving a few penny here and there. So I decided to take the bus to get to court. And I just couldn't find my way. That's me. So you see how much hard my life is? I got there just in time. And what did you do? Yeah? There was no bundle. I did not get the bundle. And in the end, I had to take a bundle from there. And you acted as if you are allowing Debbie Gill, Chris, and Barbara McCoy to say whatever I posted. Yes? That's why you're going to get extra length in jail. And I'll tell you why you're going to get extra length in jail, District Beecham. Yes? So let me do 7th of March first. You asked. You didn't believe that I didn't get the bundle. You wanted me to take a bundle with 800 and odd pages to look through for an hour for you to conduct your case. You already have it stitched up, didn't you? What you didn't reckon is my level of certain things. Here's your first mistake, bitch. You wanted an Equality Act assessor. Yeah? You're so dumb. Like the police who came in here. You are so dumb that you want an Equality Act assessor. That's how dumb you are. Yes? And all you did on the 7th was breach that friggin' Equality Act assessor, dumb District Judge Sarah Elizabeth Beecham. Oh, how could you do that, person litigation? I thought you was going to act fairly. But no, you're so dumb, District Judge Beecham. You're so dumb. So you and the Equality Act assessor breached the act 2 times by leaving the room to give Devonshire solicitors and Tristan Salter and whoever else time together. Did you know that was a breach? Number 1, I didn't receive the bundle. It's obvious from the way you were talking that you didn't believe me because Debbie Gill, Chris, and whatever said I posted something. So I must have received the bundle. That's what you don't know about me. You're acting as if my life started when Devonshire solicitors sent email. All those things they have taken from my websites or wherever they're taken from. Yeah? It's part of whatever. So that piles up to the 90,000. This will just be to me, you're going to jail and you're going to get extra term for jail. So maybe you can go be what I asked you. 1 in 5 of all suicides are associated with unemployment. Send any more email here about who is concerned about me, YouTube. You should be concerned about this. You just beat them at this point in time. Yeah? I'm talking about the 7th. I'm doing them short. This is what I'm doing today. It's my daughter-in-law's birthday. But my grandson has sickle cell. Because my son found out age 40 that he has the trait. So I didn't know. But yet I decided consciously not to have more children because of my DNA. So I didn't know. Yeah? Do you see? I've been proven right. District Judge Beecham, you're going to jail. I'm focusing on you today in this one. And I'm going to tell the world why you're going to jail, District Judge Beecham. Who is Tristan Slater? District Judge Beecham. So, yes, the first one, you leave the room to give them. But then all of us, how cute did you know? But then you were convinced. Is she supplying you with drugs? District Judge Beecham. Is Debbie Gilchrist supplying you with drugs? Yeah? No, I did not get the bundle and it turned up later. Yes? And you wanted to give me an hour to go look over what things that they take from my thingy, things that's in there that's relevant. They even have thingy in there, Dr. Maria Hudson. From them time when I done that, was a participant in whatever. You so stupid. You are basically stupid, District Judge Beecham. Sarah Elizabeth Beecham, you are dunce. You're stupid. That's why you wanted an Equality Act assessor. Send any more thing about when I write whatever about suicide. I tell them, I said, this, my picture is here, they equate that. It's in my head, I don't even have to whatever. But now we're going to stick it to District Judge Beecham. Keep a suicide watch for District Judge Beecham. And why I say keep a suicide watch. On the 20th, when I quoted that, this woman who wants to keep the case, I want to keep the case. Now I won't know why you want to keep the case. To give it to Tristan Salter, because it was Mr. Mold. Who is Tristan Salter to you? Yeah? So that breach number one. You left the room, you and your Equality Act assessor, to give them time. One person against the whole lot of them. Debbie Gilchrist even had her mother there as support. This will just Beecham, you are dumb. You are just a dumb white woman. Dumb. Yeah? Right. Something else happened and you're interrupted again. So you leave the room to give them time. Another thing, you pointed out the ASBO report policy was not in the bundle. You didn't see it. Okay. What does that tell me when they send it to me by email? When were you appointed, silly, dumb District Judge Beecham? When were you appointed? When were you appointed, silly District Judge Beecham? Dumb District Judge Beecham, when were you appointed? 2019. Yeah? I'm mixing up so the world see. You're nothing but a dumb white idiot acting as a district judge. You were appointed district judge in 2019 by Robert Buckland. Robert Buckland is just another person I write to about this situation that's been happening in the past 11 years. When HHJ died, had a misconduct. So you can have misconduct like our Housing for Women had maladjustment with and Richard Blakeway is going to jail as well. But I'm dealing with you now, bitch. Silly District Judge Beecham. This is who we have. I'm there down to the 3rd of January. I'm here saying when everybody know about eviction, everybody know about injunction, even the idiot who came here. Come tell me whatever we need, turn up whatever. Go listen on there. How many are you gonna hide YouTube? How many you gonna hide YouTube? How many? How many you gonna hide YouTube? How? Where is this Richard Beecham going? She's going to jail if she don't commit suicide. If this is just beach and don't commit suicide, she will be going to jail. Yes? The next one. Yeah? Who is the author of the ASBO policy? Honey Premal. Yeah? So maybe if it was what, because I haven't had time to look through bundle or nothing. It was sent to me by email. That's when I found. Who is Honey Premal? She invited me to be on the customer scrutiny panel, and I was a minute taker. What happened again in 2019? This is a silly beating. I wrote to Housing for Women. They wipe everything clean. About cataloging Debbie Gilchrist years. So that was up to, it was 2019, April 2019, cataloging. Why was the portal wiped clean? You should just be some you're going to prison. Why are you going to prison? You wanted to keep the case. Now we know why you wanted. We're gonna know who is Tristan Salter. Have you sent a written thing here? This is just Beecham? No, because you cannot. So when Devon's solicitor is gonna write to say you gave an order for me to hand over the key on the 17th. Must be one of those Asian who came over, can't speak and understand English right, that one. Asians are being trafficked by Zeba Qureshi of Housing for Women. This is just Beecham, you're going to jail. It's your turn now. Where are you going to jail? This is just Beecham. Twice on the 7th, you breached the Equality Act by allowing Devon Housing for Women and whatever. Yeah? Time to leave the room. You know what that was doing to me? Hmm? Do you know what that was doing to me? You couldn't care shit. Did you? You have it all worked out, or you're going to get 90,000, so you get a share out of it, isn't it? So you couldn't let Mr. Mole handle it. You had to, because he might have been lenient and see through and acted differently. No, you have to bring Tristan Salter, who you groomed. Yeah? Because of your breaches, the claim has to go into another day. Oh, everything is about you, this is a Beecham. But what else did you do? I offered you for the court a copy of my book in honor of my husband and International Women's Day. Oh no. In this book, it catalogs everything of my time at leave, but some other things would be there. It's gonna be, I'd advise you, District Judge Beecham, put yourself on suicide watch so somebody's coming to check on you all the time. I have your body have been abandoned. Yeah? 2 times you left the room for them to go consult. Yeah? 2 times, District Judge Beecham. You are evil, you are toxic, you're ignorant of the law. So that is adding up. The seventh, basically. You put it off now to the 17th. This time I got my cab. I wasn't going to be experience what I experienced. You see why I have to do certain things certain way? Well, I'm thinking, how can I spend that money? Everything is gone. Yeah? So you want 90K? How much were you planning to get out of it this week on the beach? Are you any better than me? Me or go to the scammer? I'm addressing my kids to this beach because I have my letter that says I raised a complaint and I said, county court at Clerkin, well, I swear this is a hostile environment. Wasn't because I have been there or anything, it was about the letters that were coming. Some of them strike out and blah, blah, blah. That's why you're going to get it extra. The eating disorder I developed, my life, helter skelter. This is all the beach, you're going to get it. So I got to court at my ledger only for the Equality Act assessor to be a 1.5 hour late. Did anybody ever consider my plight when one day I had to be at court, then I had to go see Dennis, and then I had to go sort out something in it. Did anybody ever consider my situation? When you tie me up, adult social care, I'm mad. Soon after my husband is dead. That's why Georgine and idiot Michelle is gonna call me up after 9, and by 10 they are here. What were they expecting to come? And telling me about mental health and see Dr. Kansi and whatever. And I'm not listening. And I'm to turn off my recording. I'm talking about defamation. Who's defaming who? You are. You're going to pay for it. You better put you on suicide watch or put yourself on suicide watch. Yeah? I'm thinking so well of you. No, you're the kind one. You want to keep the case. But when did I find out who you are? On the 7th. After you did your blunder. I was seeing through you. Miss Superior. Yeah? Acting like Miss Superior, this is just beach. You're not a dunce gal who doesn't even know the specific of the Equality Act. So you need somebody. Yeah? To get Tristan Salter through. So she turned up hour 1.5 late. All right. So I had to go over to the 20th because it's all about you, dunce gal. Dunce wife, gal, it's about you. Yeah? Why you don't know about the Equality Act? Why you don't know about it? That you have to add in. I work that Victory House do cleaning. Now it's Victory House. Where's the employment, whatever, isn't it? So I've been to all those places. RCO and whatever, I have my pay slip there. And now you're going to put me outside? This is that beach and you're going to hell. Hell is where you're going. Hell. You're an evil woman. You want to keep the case. No, keep it. Yeah? Now, Emo Ali is an hour and a half late because he has family commitments. Did anybody think about my family commitments throughout whatever? During the time when possession letter came? Did anybody think about my family commitment? And why don't I have a GP? And now there's a young man. Can you imagine what that young man is going through? while you are grooming Tristan Salter. Is he your son? Is he your son, District Judge Beecham? He's going to be charged. 5 paper studio, 5 paper chambers. I came home from court because it was another shocker. Like Jonah Sullivan, discovering who Jonah Sullivan. So I get these shockers. Yeah? Because Jonah Sullivan turned out to be a pedophile. Yes? Where's Mimi Awusu today to troll me? YouTube. Didn't you never see? Did you never see YouTube? And you come send me a letter about who is concerned? Who is concerned is the pedophile and the murderers and the rapists and the torturers and the terrorists or whatever, and you trying to take my whatever to shut me up. Oh, something went wrong. How many people are advertising on my thing that I went to their free training and now I can make content that they are whatever? How many I'm asking for support for my grandson who has speech and language delay and probably other additional needs? Now he's almost 4. Where are you in this YouTube? My intellectual property. So where you want to Facebook take, whatever. We're dealing in District Judge Beecham. Yeah? Because I'm doing some, then I go continue, not spending all my time like before. Go put me washing out. Tidy the kitchen. That's how I'm working. Evil District Judge Beecham. Don't see District Judge Beecham. So I had to wait 1.5 hours late for everyone Ali to turn up. No, you couldn't finish it. You already have your plan. So I have to come back on the 20th. So it's 7th, 17th. Now back on the 20th. What did you do? What did I do? Everything was all planned. But I was already, I saw you acting on the 7th. I already put my things out there, which is my right, because I discovered a groomer. What else are you, District Judge Beecham? Did you collude with Devonshire solicitors and housing for women to charge me 100,000, 90,000, plus to put me on the street? With all my advocating, how would you think you could get away? You see how dumb you are? A dumb bitch? District Judge Beecham. What did I take and get you? What did I take and get you, District Judge Beecham? I've been explaining to everybody. Suicide has nothing to do with me. When I mention suicide, it's to clarify a point. Yeah? Yes, it reached a point where I was having suicidal thoughts because of what you have helped to do to me, District Judge Beecham. You're responsible for me having suicidal thought. But I can have suicidal thought doesn't mean, yes? Having suicidal thoughts doesn't mean you're going to do it. From when that happened? Yeah? 2016, I'm in that. Or you go back to 2014 when my rights was taken. Yeah? Why now I have to be fighting my own black people to get my rights? You can put me in your thingy to make up. Yeah? And that's why Garfield Robinson is going to get a whatever. Tony Seeley, every black person who has done me wrong is going to get it. Ryan Clement. But we're dealing with District Judge Beecham. A worthless white gal who doesn't even know Equality Act. You need an Equality Act assessor. Huh? 1.5 hours later. Yet, I never appeared before at this. It was after I found these. I never appeared before a district judge, Greenwich. So there was a case, 24th. 26, I never appeared before District Judge Swan. Yeah? But he can do what he do on the 26th. And then afterward, he go strike out 5 cases, including Devonshire's, NHS, Joanna Pinnock, Lee Kavanagh, and some more. Who is District Judge Swan? So I never appeared before Guinea. I never appeared before Swan. I never see any notification. I never appeared before them. So see where you're liars again. Yes? So there's no order, it's null and void. Didn't appear before Greenwich, didn't appear before Swan, didn't appear before Stellini. I only knew Stellini's name because he, Rand, and Zimmel strike out my claims against Winsome Duncan after it reached telephone mediation. Am I making sense yet? Dead. Duns District Judge Beecham. Am I making sense? I'm tying it up. But yet all these Stellini said I was given whatever and I didn't turn up. So imagine why I get triggered. So I couldn't go take bus again and end up with what happened. And they said, I got a cab. Who's gonna pay me back for all those? Yeah? Now it has to go to over the 20th. I'm sure I'm in the 20th. But what did I take and strike you? The same way I was paralyzed by your HHJ Richard Robert. 1 in 5 of HCT group. So you, how many months of not year you wanted to keep the case, and all of a sudden, one little word or whatever phase shake you so much? If you weren't guilty, you would have stood your ground, white gal. Dunce, white gal, if you were not guilty, you would have come and finished the case. That's why. Yeah? Never knew that all those security was to whatever. Security was there. Afterward, they started saying how sorry they were for me. Worthless District Judge Beecham. You couldn't finish the case. You mumbled. You couldn't take the book. Other people are doing whatever. I offered in good gesture. Yeah? But remember you said you were not dealing with anything but housing for women. But you have to now. So that's where again you're fucking silly and dunce. Because everything compasses. But you're not dealing with housing for women. You're not dealing with police. You're not dealing with my former employers. Now you're going to deal with them, darling. Are you on risperidone yet? District Judge Beecham, are you on risperidone yet? So you left me. We go back. The 20th. Oh, you said make sure I go to court. You mumbled something when I made it and said make sure I'm in at the case. And then I'm sat in there with the people who came to support. Yes, you were so fucking superior. Yeah? To those people. Not in your court. You're going to hell. You're going to have a whole space. So you will have time to reflect on what you have done to me. Every time I pick myself up. Yeah? I decided the pedophile ring and forget everything. Then housing for women. So you join them? Oh, not in my court. So why you didn't finish your court, madam? Worthless white girl. Dunce white girl. Where is the order? Where is it? Yes? So what happened? This man came in, started ranting and raving. What did he do? Trigger me. What you know what he did? Those transcripts without the British. He mentioned Winsome Duncan. I didn't know who he was. He mentioned District Judge Stellini. And he mentioned that I said the UK is the most racist place. Fact. Because he's a racist and a bully. You know what happened to me? A typical Parkinsonism was triggered. So I can't talk. I'm shaking. So that means I'm not functioning. Stand up! And issuing order to Tristan Salter. He's probably a pedophile, for all you know. You can label me. defame my name. So let's go back little because I'm tying this up. You came on the case, you want to keep the case. I'm saying, oh, at least somebody is looking out for me. Why would somebody want to keep the case if they don't want to see justice done? Yeah? The big issue. Mrs. Myers, do you understand? But how can a person who need an equality act assessor now? This is where you're wrong. So you've been taking this case all along and not taking whatever reasonable adjustment I need. And all of a sudden now you need an equality act assessor. So the case is null and void. Fly out the window. Let's tell you where you went wrong. Your greed take over. The greed take over. So you're working with the solicitor, the barrister, and all of them. The greed take over. What did you do? Go check out my husband's thing. Well, everything is gone. You're going to jail. Look how sad it is. After I have you on a high pedestal. Dirty white girl. Dunce white girl. Who is Tristan Salter? All those whatever is gonna be transcript of court is gonna be released. You're gonna release them. Yeah? You did all you want to do, but you know what is gonna nail you? The 9th of December 2020, whatever. And you stood in, oh, you said you don't have, but what the fuck do you know if you need an Equality Act assessor? And I went and did the assessment that District Judge Bell ordered. You need an equality, but you're going to go behind my back. Oh, all of a sudden you're having this case. I'm not needed. And you're going to make decision behind my back. And you don't even have the Equality Act assessor. You see, you're a fucking ass. You are an asshole. As your pedophile enables YouTube for sending me an email about needing help. You had C's. Now you started again. Yes? Whoever is issuing out. I'm keeping them concise. I have them here. So everybody on that mentioned in this case, I repeat. Stellini. No, I repeat. Grenade, Swan. Yeah? Grenade, Swan, Stellini. Some of them, because the duty manager, the duty solicitor dealt with one. I didn't go in. But as long as your name, you have to exonerate yourself out here. Yeah? Greenwich. Swan. So he strike out my claims. They're not worth merit. After he done what he did. He or she, I don't know. Yeah? So you do it twice. Richard Roberts. Angela Delbor. You have to be whiter than white. These are the narratives that been used. Yeah? Pygram said whatever is relevant. But he was going to run Debbie Thomas out of court. But what? Because she tried to ask Trina Filbert a question. But she turned against me. But I have a letter that she wrote. And that's another reason you're going to extra time in District Judge Beecham. I'm doing District Judge Beecham. And tying who? Yeah? Bell. What did Bell do? Send 7 claims back to Central London County Court, including Ryan Clement. I'm still to get Ryan Clement judgment. But I put in things that you're going to strike out. I can't get claims to be dealt with, but you're in a hurry now to send me to prison for me to take risperidone and to charge me £90,000. Where do I get that from? I've not worked in 11 years. And it's null and void. It's not legitimate. Yes? But look at what was done. And then you're going to say in court that I didn't produce any evidence. And then I have to give you a letter. I thought, but it was in the bundle, bitch. Yeah? Yeah? All these, police this and police that. Bitch, it was in the bundle. Yeah? I'm in my place doing my thing and you, all these. And then I must go pay you for it. Bitch, it was in the bundle. Yeah? and all three. Who took this picture? Yeah? Who took them? So today I'm doing this. Then I take a break. Yeah? None of this that's there is legitimate. So who else? Bell sent me to go do statutory assessment, which I did. But no, you disregard that one. Yeah? Bastin was with the duty solicitor. But Nado, who claimed that he had a case on the 20th of December, could not have been, because I was in there on the 19th when they had to get duty solicitor, because Steve Nigeria sent email that they should take him off the case. And Nado said he had a case on the 28th when I had an appointment to go do review, medical review. And I didn't turn up. This is just Beecham, you're going to prison. I wrap up with this. Who is Tristan Salter? You were appointed in 2019. I was the minute taker for this customer scrutiny panel. Who wrote the asthma policy? Honey Premal. Yeah? I should be up and about doing whatever, but now I have to go make sure this is done. You ain't getting away this Richard Beecham. You're a wretch, a dunce, a psychopath, a narcissist, a misogynist, a gaslighting idiot. And now I put, yeah? Because this man coming shouting, ranting, and raving. I didn't know anything. It was when I went to Miss Presley and I'm talking, you defame my name with something online. You have no jurisdiction, because why do HHJ Richard Roberts? You have no jurisdiction. You did not. You only came to take over from her. Where were you all this time? She said she wanted to keep the case. And you just come and take over from her and go put my name out there? Why did you impose a civil restraint order? Because Swan strike out my claims and I challenge it. So I have you bang left to right. The whole of County Court at Clerkenwell and Shoreditch involved in this case. There are others. But I have my letter where I said it's a hostile environment. Okay? It's a hostile environment. Let me come back. This is a beach and you're going to prison. Yeah? This is how I'm living. This is your Beecher. You are going to prison for breaches of the Equality Act. And that's for you, this Richard Beecham. Where is Mimi Awusu and everybody else? Where is YouTube? Yeah? So now I do one more and I go tidy up the kitchen because I can't afford to let's whatever. You're going to prison. You're going to prison, District Judge Beach, and you are going to prison. So let me put Mimi Owusu address on here. You can write whatever. Mimi Owusu. You can write whatever. And come on here. Yeah? Miss EDWARDS BLAC Black AWARDS 24 NAVARRE ROAD SW9 7RU www dot black awards.org.uk. Yeah? For more. Pedophiling YouTube. Stop bothering me. How much are you making off my thingy? And your feistiness. Yeah? And it's face the person come talk about. Whatever. This face the person, scam buster. What do you do? What does Trump and whatever have to do with anything? These are the things they go. You're not dealing with people's issues and relevant thing. And your face in this come talk about what? I'm narcissist. I'm a narcissist. Let's deal with the narcissist. Let's deal with it. That's what I'm doing. So your name will be out there. Let idiot boy HHJ Richard, but I must come off whatever. I must come off social media. What is social media for? Everything I have is gone. Had time for fool with this. Let me put my thingy out there. My thing is my thingy. Let me put it in there. Take it off when me put it in a scam buster. And what going to call me narcissist. Me put in a Garfield Robinson. No, see Tony Seeley. Me put in a Sonny Lamb. And me put in a Michael Seaton. He said he's going to call me. And I come tell me about all the antisocial behavior. It's like me no say whatever. Me do there one by one by one. How people can be evil. How people can be evil. And get whoever you come talk about narcissist, you don't know how a fucking narcissist is, mate. Let me make sure it is there so you can see it. Wicked. Is this how I must live? Coming up to my birthday? Yeah? See, Andrew Holness here. My children, them prefer to do whatever. The Jamaican experience with mothering is diverse. There are mothers who have given their all, mothers who have struggled, and mothers who have tried with everything in them to keep their children on the right path. I had to play this song because it speaks to something real. When? Look on Andrew Wholeness. Look on Andrew Wholeness. Look on Andrew Wholeness. And me and mother and son, they my pitney, they dedicate, they sell to politics and whatever. And no have nothing to do with me. And when me talk, no, me also, when me don't know if me also have pitney. Yeah? Yes? Andrew Wholeness. Look what me do. And me start up sitting on social media. Everybody get whatever they forget. And no. No. Nobody. Right. Let me do one about housing for women. And then I go, whatever. Come back. This is my job today. But I can't afford to sit here and not getting things done. So I go into depression. So things not done. Yeah?